Can you all come up to the stage? Come up, come up. Just stand with them for now, and then when it's time for the people, you guys come through. Doesn't matter if you're mixed up for now, just everybody come up. Form 2 rows. Form 2 rows. Herding cats. Excited? Yeah. Okay. Ready? Yeah. So, welcome everyone. First of all, I'd like to welcome you to AUS for any guests that are from outside AUS, and also welcome our industry partners who are here to judge the campaigns and also who have provided valuable input through the whole semester for the students from MIMAC Ogilvy. So thank you so much for being here. Thanks for all the parents that are here to support, for all the guests that are here to really hear and see what our students are doing for their capstone project. This is the capstone project for the IMC, for the Integrated Marketing Communication and Mass Communication Department. I know that they work so hard. I know that because some of them pulled all-nighter. And in my class, in my 8 a.m. class, I came and there was no one in the class because they all pulled an all-nighter working on this. So I know that these students have been working through the whole semester to create these campaigns, and it's such a privilege to have industry guests that are actually been working with them on a real campaign that has a real life implications. And this is the strength of what we do here in AUS and in the Mass Communication Department is we believe that our students need to be ready to the industry, and thus for the capstone project is usually a project that is actually connected to the industry, and it's such a privilege to have that relationship that I think is really important. And I want to thank also Professor Harris for supervising the students this whole semester, and I want to thank you guys for putting your heart into this. We are all looking forward to seeing the result of this 14 weeks hard work, and I'm sure you will inspire us. And I also, of course, wish you luck because your next step is actually diving into the industry, and I know all of you will do a wonderful job there. Thank you all for attending. I don't want to say more because we're here to listen to the students. So welcome, and please enjoy the campaigns. And just one last thing, which is that this is live streamed, so just be aware of that, and I hope you're all okay with that. And so this will allow some parents that are not here to actually watch the campaigns. Okay, thank you.
I'll be very brief. First, I want to thank the members of MIMAC Ogilvy for their undying support and their generosity of their time, their advice, the brief, their expertise. With us today are Mr. Ashraf Shaka, who's the Regional Director of Public Relations for MIMAC Ogilvy, Mr. Joe Lipscomb, who's the Regional Head of Strategy, and Cassandra Panagiotopoulos, got it, who is the content strategist for MIMAC Ogilvy. I mean, this program doesn't work and this course doesn't work without the help of our industry partners. And MIMAC has always been very generous with their resource, their time, and their advice and their timely interventions. And again, thank you so very much. Without you, we can't have this course. I want to say also, just Professor Suhail, I want to thank him for his support and for all of his work on our behalf. Without it, again, and without the work of all the professors in the department, because it's not just me they take courses with, the students take courses with everyone. This is really a departmental production in every way. I want to thank Professor Taha and Professor Ibrahim, who have come here as judges as well. I'm sure they're going to do you all proud and really show you, how much they've learned from you as well as from the other professors. This semester was, I just want to say one more thing and then we'll go. So Professor Soel told you about the all-nighter they pulled, but the night before, they pulled an all-nighter too. And when I walked into the building at 7 a.m. yesterday, there were like dead bodies all strewn over the couches. And I'm like, what's up, guys? Why are you here? And like, oh, we worked all night. I'm like, oh, okay, good for you. Did you work all night? You just stopped? And no, we went to Kai Beach for a while. And but you know what? That's what it should be all about, right? That's like, when I think back to university, I don't think back to that lecture from Professor so-and-so. I think back to the moments when we did all these crazy things. And I can't be any more proud of my students than when I saw them passed out on the couches. And knowing that they worked very hard, but I want to say to you all that I'm very proud of you. As far as I'm concerned, this moment, that's the moment that you should all be looking forward to. Whatever happens next happens, just to be a little fatalistic. But really, I couldn't be more proud of all of you and all the amazing work that you've all done. And I can't believe how good you actually look when, you know, you're not in student mode. Just amazing. Our campaign this semester is for the RTA and child safety seat adoption, which is a really important campaign, one that's designed to change behaviors, or the first step in a behavioral change campaign. The three teams, Team Neo, Team ACES, and Team Ebda'a, worked very, very hard. ACES will go first, Ebda'a will go second, and then Team Neo will go third. But we're gonna have a pre-pitch because all three teams came up with the same key problem. So I'll ask the three teams now to step aside, sit down, and the members who are doing the pre-pitch to come on up, and we'll begin. So we'll do the pre-pitch and then the three teams. Yes, and if you could all please silence your mobile phones, it would be greatly appreciated. Pre-pitch, right? This is what they see, right? You know that. And away we go.
Good evening, everyone, and welcome to the Integrated Marketing Case Competition, where each team will present a campaign that will increase the use of child car seats to our client, RTA. We will collectively identify the key problem before each team presents. When examining the key problem, we first began by eliminating factors that could have been perceived as the key problem, however, were proven otherwise. A common misconception is that the root of this problem is due to a lack of knowledge. However, a study conducted in the UAE proved otherwise, by finding that it was those who were more educated that were less likely to use child car seats. Another common misconception is that the root of this problem is due to a lack of resources. This is also incorrect. In 2014, the UAE government actually gave away child car seats to families with newborns. When asked later whether or not these families were using the child car seats, the most common answer was no. This demonstrates that residents are actively choosing not to use child car seats, that they are clearly reluctant when it comes to accepting the concept of child car seats altogether.
I'm sure most of you are familiar with these phrases. It is what it is. Whatever happens, happens. I can't control the future. It's out of my hands. Each group had to identify the core reasons why parents were choosing to neglect their children's safety. And after many hours of brainstorming, we found the underlying problem, which is cultural fatalism. What is fatalism? We all know that fatalism is a belief that events are predetermined and are therefore inevitable. It is a belief that is rooted in many societies, and there's so many reasons why people believe in this. Fatalism is a belief that events are predetermined and are therefore, fatalism is having the mindset that one cannot control or change what is going to happen in the future, and there are so many reasons why people believe in this. Why fatalism? You must be wondering, what in the world fatalism have to do with buckling your child in a car booster seat, right? Just as many other communities around the world, Arabs believe in the notion that whatever happens, happens, and that they can't control the future. This can have detrimental effects on their children's safety.
When applied to the absence of booster seats, this notion of cultural fatalism is dangerous as it could gravely harm the target audience's children. Accidents involving vehicles without child car seats will likely result in undesirable outcomes, including serious injuries, or worse still, fatalities. Around 6 from 10 deaths over the past decade have come from children not being strapped into a child seat. Parents are willingly not putting their children in car seats because of this fatalistic mindset. Innocent children have lost their lives. Their futures and many more are in grave danger. We need to awaken our society and create awareness to the dangers of not placing your children in their booster seats. Today, we present to you our solutions on how to tackle this problem and help save the future generation from car casualties. And away we go.
You ready? Okay, this is what they're seeing, right? This is your next line. Look for once. See? Okay? All you have to do is click it. Or actually do what you're supposed to do. Okay? Give me a second. That's what you want, right? Okay, there you go. Can I make this work? Can we turn on the mics, please? Is it on? Is it on? Well, it was on a minute ago.
Salma.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen. First and foremost, we'd like to thank you all for taking time out of your busy schedules and for the judges and being here for our senior pitch. We are the ACEs, and we are gonna pitch for you a year-long campaign for child safety seats for the RTA. But first, let's meet the ACEs. Luna. Salma. Zahra. Emad. Marian. Dania. And myself, Hania.
The RTA's brand identity is based on mobility and delivering the best roads and transit services, which can be seen in their mission and vision, which is to provide safe and smooth transport for all people, to make all people happy and in the safest way possible. The three core elements the RTA identifies with are make, move, transform. The RTA's brand identity aligns with the goal His Highness Sheikh Mohammed bin Rashid Al Maktoum has to make Dubai the greatest city in the world, along with Dubai's 2021 strategy to enhance and strengthen the Emirates' infrastructure and services, which includes both roads and transit services.
Our key concept is that fatalism is not an excuse for parents to act recklessly. If the parents feel that the children's lives are important to them, they must protect them at all costs. Our forward slogan is your choice, their future. It's short, impactful, and easily memorable for members of our target audience who tend to have a shorter attention span. Parents make the choice not to place their kids in car seats. But what's the cost? It's their children's life or future. Our slogan induces a sense of choosing between one and two paths and accepting the consequences.
Our digital story presents how one simple choice can change the whole narrative of your life forever. It consists of a husband and a wife losing their only child in a tragic accident due to the carelessness of the child not being in a car seat. After some years, the same couple have another child, however, they act in the same reckless manner. Meanwhile, a ghost of the child they lost will be present throughout the story, where she's upset due to the carelessness of her parents, who clearly did not learn their lesson. This is where we demonstrate the fatalism that we often see in Arab culture. Our story also conveys the idea that parents making the right decision leads to their child growing up and having a fulfilling life. Family is extremely important in Arab culture, and its needs and wants are prioritized. Parents often care about every small detail of their child's life. However, they still do not put a car seat, despite being fully aware of the crucial role that it plays in protecting their children's life, which is a function of cultural fatalism.
The TV channels we will use are MBC One, Sharjah TV, Dubai 1, Al-Arabia, and Abu Dhabi Al-Ula. We selected these channels because they are primarily watched by Arab millennials. We will place our ads before popular series and popular shows such as Arab Idol or Arab's Got Talent, for they have a large viewership. The radio channels we will use are Virgin, Dubai 92, Al-Arabia, Abu Dhabi, and Sharjah Radio. The listenership for these channels consists mainly of Arab millennials and members of Gen Z, thus ensures our ad will reach the target audience. People only pay attention to commercials that are personally relevant to them or do not promote a particular product. We will use sponsorship advertising to capture the listener's attention. We will use both static and digital billboards to increase the target audience's exposure to our advertisements. The billboards will be placed on busy roads, most notably Sheikh Zayed Road, specifically the Saqqeem, downtown and Dubai Mall areas, which are heavily trafficked by people commuting to work, universities, and schools. We will place our 15-second miniature digital stories in the advertisement slot before movies at Vox, Novo, and Real Cinemas. People often watch movies with their children, ensuring that our digital stories will reach the target audience.
We will organize an event at downtown Dubai in the road intersection in Boulevard Street, as it's where our target audience is frequently present. We will have an outline of our slogan on the ground and invite influencers, reporters, bloggers, and journalists, along with their kids, to come, paint their palms, and color in the outline of the slogan. This event will ensure our campaign receives great awareness and recognition. We will also partner with the Knowledge and Human Development Authority, the KHDA, and Abu Dhabi Department of Education and Knowledge, ADEC, to achieve two things. First, we will conduct awareness lectures at primary schools to emphasize on the importance of the child booster seats. We will invite students and their parents to attend these lectures, and we will distribute pamphlets, like the ones are being distributed now, on the parents so that they can get all the information they need. There will be educational games, souvenir bags, and photo booths with our campaign's hashtag and slogan. Moreover, we'll ask primary students to submit their drawings and paintings to the RTA, and these paintings will be printed on the fabric of the car seats, which are provided by the RTA. This delivers pure emotions of innocence and vulnerability. We have 4 guerrilla tactics. Our first one is that there will be car seats in each cinema seat that we just mentioned. While our digital story plays before the movie, we will encourage the audience in the cinema hall to buckle up. Our slogan will be printed on the seat belts, and the movie will not play unless every single person in the cinema buckles up. Meanwhile, the cinema screen is going to transform into a reflection of the audience in the cinema hall so that you can see who buckled up and who didn't. This will make people go like, please, can you buckle up so that the movie can start? And so on. This will create a sense of involvement and fun for our target audience.
Stickers will be given out to young parents, just like the ones you've been giving out right now, whenever they purchase a car seat, for them to stick alongside their baby on board stickers on their cars. And the hand drawing shown represents a life-size 3D figurine model we will place in Dubai Mall near the fountain as many families stop by there. The hand will be there for people to take pictures with and for parents to seat their children in, replicating how they would seat them in car seats, except in this case, the thumb is the seat belt. We chose the design to be a hand because it symbolizes a parent protecting their children from the dangers of the world, which is also the function of a car seat. We will also have our slogan, along with the RTA's logo, stuck on the walls of mall parkings, so that our target audience gets even more exposed to our campaign. This will be found in parkings of malls like the Dubai Mall, Mirdif City Center, Al-Wahda Mall, and Abu Dhabi Mall.
YouTube will be used to launch the entire campaign, where our digital story will be presented, as well as our unskippable ads and YouTube short clips. Instagram is our campaign's most important platform, where the majority of our target audience is present. We will use this platform to post reels, IGTVs, posts, and stories. Facebook is used by the older segment of our target audience. This segment consists of married millennials, as well as people who love sharing causes of importance. We will use Facebook to post short clips and stories with captions that include our campaign's message and hashtag. Twitter will be used to enhance the use of the campaign's hashtag to trend by using it in every post or tweet to encourage Twitter users to start conversations and interact with our campaign's message.
Now I'll briefly tell you about our chosen influencers. Noor Arida, who has 10.7 million followers on Instagram. She's a Lebanese model who portrays her life alongside with her daughter on her social media platform in a fun and light-hearted educational way. The family of Khaled and Salma, who are parents of 2 kids. Khaled al-Mar'i is an Emirati with 2.3 million followers on Instagram. He portrays his life as an Emirati husband in the Middle East alongside his wife, Salama Mohammed, who has 1.5 million followers, and she deposits the challenges that she faces as a housewife and a business owner. Karen Wasan, who has 7.8 million followers on Instagram. She's a Lebanese mother of 3 kids, and she portrays the image of being a housewife while working hardly on her businesses and traveling worldwide. She deposits the challenges that she faces, as well as giving the image of a happy family on her platforms with all of her kids and her husband. May Ibrahim, who has 3.6 million followers on Instagram. She's an Egyptian content creator and hosts Abu Dhabi TV. She creates fun content featuring her young toddler as a new mom for all the moms out there. These influencers that I've mentioned for you are chosen for 3 different reasons. First, that they're Arab. Second, that they fall in the age range that we are targeting for our audience. And third, that they're parents. Therefore, they are a good representation to our target audience. In addition to using their content and their platforms to create content in an educational and fun way about children and their safety, which complements the purposes of our campaign. We have created hashtag Choose Their Future, which reinforces the slogan that we chose. The hashtag acts as a leading answer to our slogan. It directs the parents to choose the right path for their children, being aware of the consequences of the choices they make. As well, it will be used across all the previously mentioned social media platforms that my colleague Luna mentioned. In addition, it will be integrated in all the content generated by our influencers to increase awareness and generate more engagement on our campaign's behalf. Thank you.
And now we present our creatives, starting with our digital story.
All of our unskippable ads are derived from our 2-minute digital story. We chose those specific clips because we believe that they highlight the emotions that we want to deliver, thus helping us deliver our message. The unskippable ads will play on YouTube during and before the YouTube video, as well as YouTube Shorts. Moreover, it will appear on Instagram and Facebook as stories. The TV commercials will air on early morning and late night talk shows for the channels that Zahra has previously mentioned. Throughout our campaign, we used red, white, and blue, which are the RTA brand colors. We used the blue for Arabic content and red for English. The billboards and movies we have created capture different types of emotion, as well as both sides of the story, which will be published on busy roads. These movies will be in local school zones and malls. Our print ads will be in magazines and local newspapers, which are Gulf News and Khalid Times. This seal, we have created this seal for magazines and newspapers, which embodies a seatbelt along with our campaign's hashtag. Our social media content will generate engagement with our target audience. This is a story where the audience will add their children's name and tag the RTA. The RTA will repost those stories on the official accounts, which will grant the audience a sense of involvement.
This concludes our campaign about how one simple choice has the power to change the entire future. How the choices you make, no matter how simple, can change your life and your children's lives, most importantly, into a completely different narrative. Your choice, their future. We thank each and every single one of you for taking time out of your day to be here with us today. We would also like to thank Professor Harris, who has been the best mentor, supporter, and professor in the world. Thank you. Please feel free to ask myself and my team members any questions.
Thank you very much, everybody. The aces. So now we'll begin with some questions from the judges. Joe Lipscomb.
I mean, firstly, huge congratulations. It's a big campaign. You're the first up. It's a full house. I'm too scared to turn around. It's a heavy subject, and we know full well what it's like to be in that every day. It's not the same as selling ice cream like last semester. It's heavy stuff, right? So congratulations on that. I think the presentation itself is super smooth. All these little details make a huge difference, right? You're well rehearsed, excellent presentation, branding, everything on point. All of these things win you points. Okay, so when it comes to detail, really, really good job. Okay, that can't be understated. Same with the handouts. These are what we call in the industry pitch cheese. Okay, these little things that just make you more memorable. So when we leave, if you're the only group that does this, we're carrying your pitch with us. Right, so we remember you, so that's really, really clever. I just want to make a couple of points. I don't have any questions, I just have a couple of points. I'll be super quick so the other guys can say something. Firstly, who's the young actress in the film? Is she here? Oh, congratulations. I mean, Ashraf, when he's not running our agency, is an expert filmmaker, and I was just thinking of him. It was like a sort of classic French art house film. It was super emotional, and I think it was actually really excellent. I thought right at the end, had you buckled up the second baby, I was like, that's the killer point, right? That's the what could have been. And it didn't quite happen, but I thought overall it was really, really cool. And I think the visuals that followed that, the one with the arms was very good. It's simple, simple as one idea. I think with the arms, it was very, very nice. I think overall and I know we talked about this, in the build-up a couple months back. I think the platform itself, my concern with it is that I think it's a little too subtle. I think it's not obvious enough what you're talking about. When it's with the visuals, it makes a lot of sense. But if it's on the road, if it's in the car park, it's quite subtle. I don't think it would scream in people's faces, right, what it is. And I think just need to be aware of that sort of thing. Is it too subtle for someone who's not in your industry to work out what you're talking about? Particularly somewhere like the UAE, where we're always talking about the future in a positive way, right? It's education, entrepreneurialism, whatever else it might be. So that might have been a little bit too much. I want to touch on the guerrilla tactic in the cinema. You already know that I love this. I think it's excellent. But the reason I think it's really good is because, one, like, you kind of brush over it quickly as like a side tactic. But I think moments like this can be really impactful. And the idea that you bring in the group is very, very clever. The sort of social expectation that you're working together as a group is reflective of how we are on the road, right? Everyone believes that they're a better driver than everybody else. So they're always looking at everyone else being like, what's this guy doing? What's this guy doing? Well, I'm expecting you to do this and this. And so you bring that into the movies with something creative, something that's physical. It's very, very clever. So I think that was very, very good. The final piece I wanted to mention that I think is crucial that was missed, because I know it's a really tricky topic, was when you highlighted the influencers, which were a fine choice, and I think your reasoning was good. My question was, what are you going to do with them? Right? It's no good to just say, I've got 3 sets of really highly followed influencers who happen to have children. You've got the opportunity for them to have a very serious conversation about your insight, which is this cultural fatalism, which is a very difficult topic to address. So I want you to go into depth with what are you going to have them do, not just say we're going to sort of confront fatalism with some funny content, right? I want you to go into depth and tell me, okay, what are we going to do with these folks that's going to make a difference, right? What is the scripting? What is the event? What is the content? Whatever it actually is. And really, hit that cultural fatalism issue head on, right? As opposed to just being like, these guys can talk about it because people will follow them, right? We know how important the messenger is in human psychology. So that's all my feedback. I'll hand over, but honestly, huge congratulations. I thought some of the work was excellent. And the film, the young actress, I mean, she deserves an Oscar. I thought it was wonderful.
We also have our actor, our father.
Oh, there he is. Fantastic. Congratulations.
Mr. Joe, I have a partial answer. Yeah, the influencer part, I agree with you. We should have went into deeper stuff. But I think our starting point with the influencers is the event, because I mentioned that we're gonna invite them with their kids for coverage, and I think that was the starting point. And then the rest of it is just gonna be them reposting our content, but with different actors. It's like their kids, basically.
And just to add on what Salma said, our hashtag acts as an acceptance or an alliance to the campaign's purpose. So basically when we say hashtag choose their future, it's like as if I'm saying hashtag I choose their future. So it's as if they're using their platforms to show alliance to the campaign and to what RTA is trying to initiate for all the children's safety with the content they create, obviously.
First off, huge congratulations. Just to reiterate kind of what Joe said, a lot of detail. You've thought about a lot of small things. You've gone across platforms, across audiences. So really well done and congratulations. I think the cinema tactic was excellent. That again, I think just to kind of bring to the top, would have been good to be highlighted a little bit more, because it was really excellent. I think it would be talked about, it would be reiterated, people would respond, and it would be a really good moment to start opening up to that discussion and kind of opening up avenues to talk about fatalism. My only other kind of 2 points would be maybe thinking of partnering or having discussions with streaming platforms. We know that a lot of people now are streaming and not maybe on traditional TV channels. So maybe there would be an opportunity there to sort of, partner with a few streaming platforms. I mean, Netflix is moving into an ad-paid space, so it would be good to sort of explore that. The other would be kind of impact. Obviously, this is all beautiful and wonderful, but the results at the end of it is are we going to save lives? So just to maybe think about how we would then measure impact. Would we be looking at, are people buying more booster seats? Are people actually buckling up their children? Are people discussing it and being more aware. So just one thing to think about. But overall, yeah, very, very well done, and congratulations, and wishing you all the best of luck.
I'll try to be brief because I'm keen to watch the football at 7. What I love about what you did, guys, is the how, the rollout, the crafts, the creative solutions. This is something we are missing right now in our industry. We focus a lot on the insight, on the strategic approach, and then we miss the rollout. That's really amazing. I second what Cassandra said about, again, this is still academic, so I understand that you need to do outdoor and TV and so on, but I would really encourage you for the future to be more disruptive in your channels and platforms, and maybe go with one direction or couple, and that's it, because you're gonna drive impact, and then your content will be organic and will live on social and different platforms. But I'm very much amazed with the creative treatment, even though I would question the insight and if this creative treatment will help us really to change behavior. That's a different conversation, but the creative treatment is really great. Some of the tactics are amazing. The cinema, I'm not going to repeat what Joe just said, the buckling, all that. Well done, well done. Congratulations.
We'll just have some comments from your professors.
Congratulations on a great campaign. You are very creative. You did an excellent job. When you identify the problem, definitely cultural fatalism is a very big topic and difficult to handle in such a situation, but you did your best to address that. You try to segment, the issue and try to focus on car seats for children. I like your message strategy. I think it was very creative, and the use or reliance on social media, Arab social media influencers as well is a great idea. The video is very emotional, and I think it's very effective and very successful, but definitely you need to address other issues. My suggestion is it will be good if we try to look at other segments. I mean, here I think we are focused on a small segments of people, but definitely because we live in multicultural, multi-ethnic society, we have to have also other ideas that will contribute to this. Overall, it's an excellent work. It's very creative work, and congratulations to all of you. Thank you.
Thank you very much. I will join my voice to the commentators before. This is a very well done job. Really, I'm very happy to see what you did. There are many things I don't want to repeat. The things I like everything, but I have 2 comments if you don't mind. Yes, the first one is about your hashtag tagline, which is your choice. Yeah. I think this is very well done, but in Arabic you need to pay attention, because if you read it, اختيارك أو اختيارك, because you are talking to the parents. Yeah. That's the solution is to make it singular, like اختيارك as a mother, or اختيارك as father, or اختياركم. So that's the in Arabic. I think that will make sense. I would like to add one thing and stop. Your thinking is very great. The thinking, the strategy, the insight, everything is well. I like the video, but there are 2 things missing in the video. One, I would like you to add a cat in the video. It adds another layer to the emotional dimension of the video. That's very nice. But I think the music, because I don't know how to say this, but the selection of the music could be, how can I say? Just help me.
Yeah, more impactful. Thank you, Dr. Preslow. So the music and the cat, that's the only thing. But otherwise, I think you delivered an agency work. It's not a class work, but it is an agency work. Thank you very much.
Thank
you very much.
Thank you.
Next up is Ebda'a.
I hold it?
Give it to them. Somebody take a microphone, please.
Why am I screaming?
Team Ebda'a.
Okay. Once again, good evening, everyone. Thank you for joining us today. Before we present our campaign, I'd like to introduce our team. My name is Alhanouf Sultan, and I'm joined by my teammates, Lamya'a Tamim, Rania Mustafa, Mirna Shukri, Rama Tokatly, and ElFatih Mahgoub, and of course, Nada Al-Istawani. The components of our campaign that will be presented today include determining our target audience, RTA's branding, our key concept and slogan, our creative deliverables, our legacy media strategy, and our social media strategy, which includes influencer marketing, and finally, guerrilla marketing. Without further ado, let's begin.
Our target audience consists of young Arab parents with children between the ages of 2 and 8 years old. Since Arabs tend to marry young due to cultural traditions, this makes the parents' age group fall between early 20s and mid to late 40s, making them part of Generation Z and Generation Y. In our reach for the high-hanging fruit for our VALS segment, we will target believers as they are slow to change and extremely traditional, as well as experiencers and strivers as they are the youngest audience segment, who are known for being risk takers, which makes them more likely to overlook the importance of using child car seats. RTA's brand promise focuses on providing easy and safe transport to the public while ensuring people's happiness and catering to their needs. The authority aims to keep an optimistic, honest, and consistent approach to make sure their customers also feel safe at all times. RTA keeps that promise with their sustainable policies as part of the UAE 2021 vision. RTA's current brand identity is based on 3 elements: make, move, and transform, which focus on the mobility concept. The authority uses red and white as their primary colors, where red represents being active and mobile, as well as blue as their secondary color, which represents safety and security to the public.
The key concept driving our campaign is choose a narrative to cast their fate. Each word in our key concept was deliberately chosen. Choose refers to the parents' responsibility to make the right choices for their children. Narrative is a recurring theme in our campaign, which we capitalize on by showing how 2 different choices can lead to 2 different narratives and thereby 2 different fates. To cast their fate is key. We are actually encouraging parents to cast their fate to God. This prevents religious conflict since we are agreeing with their religious beliefs. Essentially, we're meeting our target audience halfway through. However, before doing so, we are urging them, we are asking them to make the right choices. The order of the sentence also holds significance. Choosing comes before casting your fate to God. To reach an Arabic-speaking audience, our team opted for an Arabic slogan. Our slogan is "اعقلها وتوكل," The literal translation of it is, tie it and rely upon God, which is directly derived from a well-known hadith told by the Prophet, peace be upon him. The hadith goes that a man asked the Prophet if he should leave his camel loose and rely upon God, or if he should tie it. And the Prophet specifically answered, tie it and rely upon God. This became a common phrase in the Arab world, used to show the importance of doing your part by making the right choices while putting your trust in God. By using this as our key concept, as our slogan, we will keep referring the audience back to this story, which perfectly demonstrates our key concept.
While creating our digital story, we use the power of storytelling to display our key concept. We're now going to play our 2-minute digital story and then discuss it a bit further. As you just saw, our digital story is comprised of 2 narratives, following a family of 3. They're seen rushing out of their home to drop their late child at school, and on their way, they go through an accident. In both narratives, we feature the father reciting a travel safety prayer. The prayer, or dua, incorporates the keyword tawakkal, which is mentioned in our slogan, and where they choose how to cast their child's fate. However, that brief moment you witnessed, where the mother ensures her child's safety by actually buckling him up, is how the family chose to cast their child's fate, resulting in him reaching school safely and going on about his day. It also plays as a metaphor to our slogan and ties back to the hadith, "Aqilha wa tawakkal," as the parents did their part by strapping their kid in the child seat, as well as relied on God. One of the main symbols we featured in our digital story was of the child's drawing. The child's drawing basically shows what he wanted to be when he grew up. Now, his parents' choice, where they cast the outcome of him making it to school and showing it to his peers and his teachers, is how they chose to cast his fate. But he wasn't privileged enough in the first narrative when it ended fatally for him. We also created shorter versions of the digital story to be adapted to different social media platforms. For instance, the 5-second ad and the 10-second ad that's displayed to you right now. Our creatives are a group of still images that were fashioned based on RTA's branding guidelines. We based them off of the essence of our storytelling. We used elements from our digital story while upholding RTA's branding guidelines. We incorporated the slogan on our images in RTA's color palettes, and we did so to preserve consistency with the brand's identity. We also studied how RTA campaign images are usually displayed and made sure that they were coherent with the brand itself.
The legacy media that will be used for the RTA Child Booster Seat campaign are TV, radio, and out-of-home media. These platforms align with the target audience consisting of young Arab families, which will allow us to achieve maximum reach. The television channels that will be used are MBC One, MBC Drama, Ru'ya TV, and Dubai TV. These are some of the most popular Arabic TV channels in the UAE, with a high percentage of Arab viewers. A significant percentage of our target audience watches Arabic entertainment and reality TV shows that are aired on these channels mostly during the evening times from 8 p.m. to 11 p.m. And these ads will be played during that time because young parents watch TV to wind down after a long day, which is a perfect time to deliver the campaign's awareness message, considering we will have their full attention. We also decided to include streaming services in our campaign due to their growing popularity. We will use Shahid, an Arabic language streaming service, which will allow us to target young parents who have a busier lifestyle and prefer to watch shows when convenient. And the ads will be placed in the top 10 trending shows during the time of the campaign. Radio is another medium that we will use in this campaign, considering the fact that our target audience are families who drop off their kids at school every morning while listening to the radio. The channels we will use are Dubai FM, Al-Rabi'a, Al-Arabiya, Virgin Radio Dubai, and Dubai Eye. This mix includes both Arabic and English radio stations because a large percentage of our audience also listen to English channels for music or celebrity news. And now we will play an audio clip of what the Arabic radio ad will sound like, which is a short awareness message about the importance of child car seats and a call to action telling our audience about one of the guerrilla marketing campaigns, which will be discussed later on.
علينا الأخذ بالأسباب لحماية أطفالنا من الحوادث المرورية اتباعا لنهج رسولنا الكريم بقوله اعقلها وتوكل وذلك من خلال حرصنا على استخدام مقعد السيارة للطفل. انضم إلينا في حملتنا لحماية الأطفال وتعرف على المزيد من المعلومات المتعلقة باختيار المقعد المناسب للطفل من خلال زيارة مراكز هيئة الطرق والمواصلات الموجودة في دبي مول، مول الإمارات، دبي فيستيفال سيتي مول، دبي هيلز مول ومركز سيتي سنتر. ولنتذكر سلامتهم أمانتنا.
For out-of-home media, we will use billboards that are carefully designed to match the digital story and RTA's branding. Since the RTA is considered a governmental entity that are more formal and straightforward in their communications, we created simple content that fits their current branding strategy. The billboards will be placed on Dubai roads that parents drive through during family outings, like ones on Jumeirah Beach Road, in front of City Walk facing Al Safa Street, and on Sheikh Zayed Road near the Museum of the Future. We will also use MUPI advertising boards on roads in school zones where parents are guaranteed to see the ads when dropping their kids off to school. And since malls are the main source of entertainment and shopping for young families, we will place the ads on digital displays, including the Dubai Ice Rink board in Dubai Mall, as well as poster boards in the elevators in Mirdif City Center, Dubai Hills Mall, Dubai Festival City Mall, and Mall of the Emirates. Another form of out-of-home advertising that we will use is vehicle advertising. We will place vinyl stickers on the sides of metros, public buses, and on the backs of taxis that promote the usage of child car seats. These are all vehicles that our target audience will see on a daily basis while driving around the city, which will further solidify the campaign's message.
The social media platforms that will be used are Instagram, Facebook, Twitter, and YouTube. Instagram is the key platform for our campaign as it targets both Generation Z as well as late millennials. It will be used for cross-posting content, including the still images and the reels. Members of Generation Z have a short attention span. Instagram allows individuals to post short and concise content. For this reason, the 15 and 30-second videos will be posted as Reels. Millennials also use Instagram as it provides good visuals so products can clearly be viewed on the platform. The still images will be posted on Instagram on RTA's Instagram feed and as dark post ads. Those will target young Arab parents with children from 2 to 8 years old. Parents will be encouraged to take a photo of their child or children and use the campaign's hashtag. This will increase reach. For every picture posted, RTA will make a donation towards a child in need. Our chosen influencers will use Insta stories to talk about this campaign. This will increase awareness and will help launch the trend. Facebook is the biggest and most well-known social media platform. It is popular among millennials and has the most active user base. Millennials enjoy long-form content, and Facebook allows individuals to post detailed and lengthy content. For this reason, the digital story will be posted on it. The still images and the shorter ads will be posted on RTA's Facebook page. Furthermore, Facebook offers a number of features which other social media platforms do not offer, including communities that individuals can identify with. RTA will collaborate with Facebook pages, such as Mum's World blog, by having them sponsor and share RTA's posts. Those are Facebook pages where mothers in the UAE post advice and things related to mother and children. This will allow us to reach our target audience of young Arab parents.
We're using Twitter as it's a conversation-based platform that's mainly used by millennials to share, discuss, and voice their opinions on various topics, making it an ideal platform for them as they're known for being confident about voicing their thoughts and starting discussions. Twitter is used as a means to spark conversation about the campaign's message among users through relatable tweets. These tweets are generally the ones that generate the most engagement among the audience. We're doing so by posting a series of relatable tweets in order to generate a discussion. These pictures will be followed by shocking facts revolving around the dangers of not using child car seats. We're also going to include shocking statistics about the consequences of it in the caption, as well as the question, does this look familiar to you? By having trending images, we'll attract and spark conversation among Arab users about the culture of disregarding car seat limitations and safety guidelines. We're also doing so by spreading awareness about the issue itself. And lastly, we'll post the digital story as well as our still images on Twitter to maintain consistency with the platforms that were previously discussed. For the video, the post will be pinned as the top tweet on RTA's Twitter page in order for us to increase viewership of the video. YouTube will be used due to its popularity among all generational groups. It's popular among millennials as they enjoy the platform to watch long, detailed videos, as well as Zoomers who spend most of their time on the platform watching entertaining content. We'll post our digital story on the platform as it's suitable for long videos, like I mentioned, and it can also be conveniently and easily shared among other platforms by the users that are watching it, such as on WhatsApp, Snapchat, and so on. We're also posting our 5-second unskippable ads on the platform. Now, the unskippable ads will be posted strategically in the beginning and in the middle of videos that are posted by our chosen influencers, as well as other parenting-related channels, as their target audience happens to match our target audience.
The first hashtag that we will be using for our campaign is our slogan, "Aqilha wa tawakkal," which translates to "tie it and rely upon God." This hashtag will be used on all our social media platforms when sharing the campaign's content, including Instagram and YouTube, as well as mother groups on Facebook. It will also be used for guerrilla marketing on the child car seats that will be placed in Dubai's family attractions. The second hashtag is "Salamatuhum amanatuna," which translates to "their safety is our responsibility." This hashtag will be used in parts of the campaign which incorporate children, as it will serve as a reminder to the parents that a child's future and safety is a parent's responsibility. The influencers we will use are individuals who our target audience can relate to. The 3 families we chose post content that revolve around fashion, lifestyle, their children, and parenting tips. All these influencers have a large following and a significant influence on young Arab parents based in the UAE, as they can reach both English and Arabic speakers. First, we have the Hanawi family, a Lebanese-American couple with 574,000 followers on Instagram and 160,000 subscribers on YouTube. Rima and Dina Zahran, the sisters with a combined of 461,000 followers on Instagram. And lastly, we have Khaled and Salma, with a combined of 3.8 million followers on Instagram and 1.7 subscribers on YouTube. Despite their content revolving around humor, we will utilize that to our campaign's advantage when they take a break from their comical content to focus on a serious issue.
There are 3 components in our guerrilla marketing. The first component is Mystery Photo Booth. In partnership with Canon, we will introduce what we call RTA Mystery Photo Booth, branded with RTA's logo and our slogan. We will place these photo booths in popular locations in Dubai, such as Dubai Mall, Mall of Emirates, Dubai Festival City, and City Walk, while strategically positioning them within these locations near the children's play areas and food court. The idea behind this tactic is to entice the target audience, young parents, to take a picture in the photo booth without knowing what the theme of the background is. The picture will then be printed out and also sent to the parents' emails, surprising them by revealing that in the photo, the parents' faces have been edited into the driver's seat of a car with a child in a car seat behind them. Both the printed picture and the digital copy would be branded with RTA's logo and our slogan to drive the message further and spread awareness. The second component is car seats display. To boost the campaign publicity and encourage curiosity, we will position random displays of child car seats in locations known as the main family attractions in Dubai. This includes Kite Beach, Global Village, Dubai Parks, and resorts. A QR code will be attached at the back of the seats for parents to scan, which will directly take them to a link of our digital story posted on YouTube. Meanwhile, the children can sit in the car seats and try them out as well. This will familiarize these families with the concept of child car seats, helping them realize their importance. The last component is pop-up stalls. RTA will establish pop-up stalls in Dubai Mall, Mirdif City Center, and Mall of Emirates, where parents can learn more about the importance of child car seats and the different types for each age group, while their children enjoy coloring activities. The activity encourages children to do what they want to be in the future, which aligns with the theme in the digital story of how parents are responsible for making sure their children experience the future they wish for. The malls are prime locations for the pop-ups because parents will have the option to immediately purchase the car seats from stores that sell them in the mall, like Centerpoint, Mothercare, Chico, and many more.
And with that, we conclude our campaign and open the floor for questions.
Before we go to the questions, I want to say 2 things. I forgot to inform some of our judges that the target audience was predetermined by the brief, and it's Arab millennials, Arab-speaking millennials, so my bad. Also, because of where he's seated, I completely overlooked Professor Suhail for questions. I completely, my apologies. He keeps saying that, but.
I'll give you my advice later.
Okay. So we'll begin first with our professional judges.
Thank you, sir. Congratulations, folks. Huge effort, well done. And another young star. Are they behind me somewhere as well? Are they here today? The film. Excellent, excellent stuff. I think for me, and this is super interesting because I'm not an Arabic speaker, right? But the insight for the Arabic slogan, I think, is excellent. It's provocative. I think we discussed this before. I think you're going to have people that might be offended by this or upset with this, and I think that that's certainly not for me to say. But I think that you would need to test this, right? You would need to test this. So Did you run that by people?
We're actually glad you asked this question. Okay, so basically while they bring up the survey, to ensure that there wouldn't be any conflict, we sent out surveys addressing our slogan to members of our target audience. The first few questions asked were for us to develop an idea of how familiar they are with the hadith. All these questions will lead them to the most important question at the end of the survey, which aims to understand how they would feel or perceive it if we were to use this hadith as a slogan for a campaign about child car safety. And as you can see, the overwhelming majority gave us positive feedback, refuting any potential concerns regarding the audience perspective on this slogan.
So you're very glad that I did ask. You knew I was going to ask this. Okay, excellent, excellent. This is very, very important, right? This field research is absolutely crucial, particularly on things like this. You don't want to make too many assumptions. So really, really good. I would say the same for your film. I wrote down that I love the detail of the drawing before you reference the importance of the drawing. So I love those details. I think that's really, really smart. It shows that you're in your thinking about the details. It's excellent. The film is really distressing, though. The first half is very distressing. So again, that's the sort of thing that I would make sure you run by a few people. And I think that the tactic at the end where you have the QR code that leads people, you said that was for at the beach, is that right? Yeah, so I'd be cautious of sending people a video of a child splattered in blood while they're on a day out at the beach. You want to you don't want to be too disruptive of when you're showing people things like that, right? You need to be sensitive with these kinds of topics. If I'm taking my family out for a nice day to get some ice cream and you're sending me over to a video of a kid flying through a windscreen, blood across the picture, I would just say be cautious of that. So that's important. A question you any of you may or may not have asked, and this probably goes for all the groups. All the influencers that we're choosing, do they buckle their children up? Do we know? Because the key insight was that the more educated you are, the less likely you are to follow that rule. And we've just highlighted a bunch of people who are in the target audience who are quite the perpetrators usually as well. Because I'd be cautious of this stuff too. Very quickly, a couple of other things. The fact that around the insight, you stayed true to the insight with the slogan, right? That's really, really excellent. I felt as though when you got towards the visuals and particularly the social, you strayed from that insight. So the red thread is really important. Keeping everything together is a really hard thing to do with a campaign, particularly when it's this big. I mean, I don't know what the budget is for that campaign, but it's going to be in the multi-millions, right? So I can assure you. But you start to lose sight of the insight itself when you got into the social stuff, because at the very beginning, you stood up and you talked about how the misconception was that it would be about awareness, it would be about education, it would be about knowledge, but in fact, that's not the problem. And then you go on to talk about on radio and on social, it's an awareness campaign, right? So just make sure that at every stage, and we all do this, every stage you stop and you look back at the key finding and make sure that you're always addressing the key finding, all right? And then, yeah, that's the last piece that I wanted to say. I think overall for me, the champion piece in here is the slogan. I just think it's excellent. I think the fact that you've managed to ride such a sensitive finding so well, I don't think there's a lot of agencies that would come up with that. I think it's excellent. So good job.
Congratulations from me again. I kind of echo what Joe says. I think I won't repeat. We agree on a lot of things, so I won't go too much into babbling on. But yeah, I think the slogan is fantastic. There's real insight there. Perhaps there is again a bit of an avenue to discuss that and open up discussions beyond. Obviously you've excellently done this survey, but how are we going into market to have those discussions and actually making sure that people understand and that it resonates with them in that way. So something to consider. Otherwise, your guerrilla tactics I thought were lovely. There was some great creativity there with a photo booth and so on. again, just as I said with the last team, just impact there. Your car seat idea was nice, making those accessible so that people, you know, their kids are trying the car seat. I thought that was a nice touch. But yeah, just looking to see that that we're converting and we're having that impact. But well done overall, and good luck.
Okay. I think the creative treatment again is great. Having two narratives is a very good cinematic approach to it. So well done for that. I have many comments, but I want to focus on one. What I really loved about this campaign, that it is a client ready. You understood your client, you understood their style, and you know, you studied their content and you gave them something that will be approved. Because we all, you know, in agencies, we usually go for 2 or 3 routes, where this is the award-winning stuff, you know, it needs a lot of guts to get it across the line, and then the okay stuff and the very safe option. So you went to a very safe option, which is smart and strategic, and shows very good understanding of the client. That's a very big plus point for me. Again, I would love to see more how you're going to use influencers. I would love to see more disruptive ways of using channels. You don't need to tick all the boxes. You don't need to be everywhere. You need to be where at the moments that really matter. But well done, amazing effort. You're really great team. Good stuff.
Congratulations, and this is an excellent campaign. I like the narrative and the slogan, "Aqilha wa tawakkal." The use of influencers is also very important. But my question is, did you think of using some religious figures, like, for example, in using Jum'ah khutbah, for example, sending the same message actually that will reach Muslim population, because you are using a narrative and slogan here from Islam. Thank you.
Thank you very much. First, let me congratulate you for the research. You conducted research and you were ready to answer the question. This is very powerful. So this is really to celebrate. So I have a number of comments. The first one, you started with make, move, and transform. For me, because we, as a marketer, we think of the 3 M's. You should have written make, move, modify. And you explain modify in terms of transformation, which is very great. So, قُلْهَا وَتَوَكَّلْ, I really underscore the cultural relevancy, So you immerse it, as I think one of the judges said, you immerse it in the client. You understand the client very well. This is very powerful. But I think you should have visually contextualized the hadith. Yeah, but that's okay. I have other comments. Yeah. So for the video, I really like the video. For me, I can say it can be aired right now. With some minor modification, you can air it. Well, and I really also like the back forwarding technique, because really it gives us 2 options: option 1, option 2, and then it's another strong call to action. So you choose. Yeah. The symbolism is in the video is very powerful. The actionable insight research. So there is one thing I would like to add here. Yeah, your creative assets. You didn't tell us. You showed them. That's very powerful. I have yes. My recommendation. I think what I missed in this presentation. I know that Dr. Breslow, he said that the primary target audience are parents. But we also, in campaigns, we think about secondary target audience. I would, for instance, engage the children by creating, for instance, a video or game or a child book or an animate to enhance or to engage also the secondary target audience in this very powerful and as Professor Harris said before, impactful campaign. Thank you very much.
Team Ebda'a. Very well done.
Thank you.
I love the PDF at the end. You kick some
Surprise,
butt there.
yeah.
Yeah, you kick some butt there.
We covered all our tracks.
Oh, you did it. Indeed. So, after our last team, we'll have our judges' comments. Then the judges and I will go outside and make our decisions as to best campaign, best presentation, best presenter, best integrated strategy, and best pitch. We'll come back and we'll hand out our awards and then finish our event. So, without further ado, this is Team Neo.
Okay. I'd like to thank everyone for attending. Your attendance means everything to us, and we really appreciate taking time of your day. Although I feel like I'm like a broken record right here, but it's not an understatement. And for the third time this evening, good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to our Senior Integrated Marketing Communications pitch. Before we talk about our team, we would like to talk about our client, the Roads and Transport Authority of Dubai, who struggle with addressing the issue of why Arab parents with children aged 2 till 8 are not taking the necessary precautions in installing and using booster seats at all times. We'd like to introduce ourselves as Team Neo, not the one you all know from the Keanu Reeves' Matrix, but the one you associate with newness and innovation. Come on, guys, where's the laughter? Come on, what a slow audience. There we go. Our team will discuss the multiple strategies to be used in our campaign in order to accomplish the RTA's goal. Team Neo consists of Wasan Abusirdaneh, Jana Sabbagh, Atrash, Qaddumi, Mohammed Abusaqer, and myself, Khaled Issa. And now, Jana will be discussing the branding profile of the RTA.
When looking at RTA's brand identity, it is recognized in various formats serving different purposes. The logo has RTA written in white, and the shade of red that is used is actually a brand mark only to be used by RTA and the government of Dubai. The red stripe goes from left to right, resembling forward thinking and innovativeness. The RTA brand identity is motivated by the brand essence of transportation. RTA envisions becoming the world leader in providing seamlessly sustainable transport for all, to give Dubai a complete transportation solution. RTA offers various services that work together to create a better future. RTA describes itself as the fusion of all its businesses, customers, and employees in a cosmopolitan Dubai. RTA's brand promise consists of developing and managing roads and transportation systems at a world-class level to serve Dubai's vision. RTA promises stakeholders a reliable and safe journey across every transportation platform in Dubai. The authority also promises the safety of all road users and steady traffic flows across Dubai by adopting technology, innovations, and world-class practices with the highest standards. This promise is fulfilled with the various transportation systems, including taxi services, the Dubai Metro, tram, and public buses. Moreover, the client promises road beautification, maintained parking, and relevant transit advertising.
The key concept is better safe than sorry, and our slogan is fasten our future. First of all, the key concept promotes our target audience to take precautions in order to avoid uncontrollable events, such as accidents, which can potentially lead to unpleasant consequences. Furthermore, the key concept translates to our slogan, fasten our future, to encourage the target audience to fasten their children's booster seat belts as they will be the leaders of the future's generation. For the legacy media channels, we will use the National, Khalid Times, and Gulf News for our print media. While for magazines, we will be using Time Out and Cosmopolitan to reach our target audience. We have selected these channels to reinforce the campaign's presence. For television, we will be using Sama Dubai, Sky News Arabia, CNBC Arabia, and NBC Group to display our 30-second television commercials. We have selected these channels because there are Arab parents who do not use on-demand TV. Our target audience spends plenty of time commuting to work and taking their children to school. Taking their children to school and will tune into the radio. Therefore, we will use Virgin Radio, Channel 4, Al Arabiya, Al Rabia, Al Khalijiya, and Dubai 92 to talk about our campaign. Moreover, we will use lamppost advertising in residential areas as Mirdif, Garhoud, and Silicon Oasis, as there are many schools in these areas, and parents will see these ads while driving their children to school. In addition, billboards will also be used on highways, such as Sheikh Zayed Road, Sheikh Mohammed bin Zayed Road, and Sheikh Khalifa Highway, to target parents who commute to work and drive for more extended school runs.
In regards to guerrilla marketing, which we believe is one of the most important aspects of our campaign, we plan to make it very memorable and leave a lasting impression on the parents. We will place the virtual reality pop-ups in malls with heavy foot traffic, such as Dubai Mall, Dubai Festival City Mall, and Mall of the Emirates to reach the target audience. The VR pop-ups will look like a model of a car with 4 large booster seats to allow the target audience to see what happens from the perspective of a toddler. The VR simulation has 2 possible outcomes. One outcome of the child's fatality when not buckled up, and the other outcome where the child is buckled up and has faced minimal injury from the accident. In the negative outcome where the child is harmed, the passengers are not required to buckle up. However, in the second outcome, the simulation will only begin if the passengers are buckled up in the large booster seats. This strategy will stimulate a behavioral change in our target audience.
Our digital strategy involves 3 key components. They are the SMS by geofencing, using Saleem, and Ittisalat. SMS by geofencing is traditionally used near shopping malls to send out SMS messages to nearby mobile devices of people passing by. We adopted this technique, however, we would like to incorporate it in the exits of parking lots of malls with heavy foot traffic. For example, when you leave Dubai Festival City Mall through the underground car parking, the geofence will trigger upon you exiting the area with a message stating, "Protect your young ones by buckling them up, #Fasten Our Future, #RTA Cares." The top left corner of the notification video indicates the mobile carrier's SIM card. Mobile carriers in the UAE tend to change the text in the top left to indicate launch of notable campaigns. We decided to partner with Ittisalat to announce and reinforce our campaign's presence. The Saleem mobile application will announce the launch of the campaign to all registered members, with a notification that will be displayed on their phone lock screens and banner. Using the Saleem mailing list will also allow us to send emails to all registered members to announce the campaign and remind the target audience the importance of child booster seats. These emails will include infographics of child mortality rate due to lack of booster seat adoption. And now, for the moment you've all been waiting for, I'd like to give the floor to our brilliantly creative minds, Zahra Qaddumi and Atrash, to showcase the creatives of our campaign.
Our digital story strategy is using our key concept that Mohammed mentioned, better safe than sorry. When you hear it, it might sound harsh. However, we are using this concept to convey the emotional appeal of bringing people's worst fears into reality. And this means we're using negative motivation, which is one of the most effective ways to create awareness for our target audience. We're doing that by showing one of the most common worst-case scenarios of not using a baby car seat.
The digital story addresses cultural fatalism, since our key problem is people confusing fatalism with taking no precautions at all. Our digital story warns our target audience to take precaution rather than bearing the full effect of the negative consequences, as it shows how not taking precaution may affect the whole family and might impact their whole lives when they could have prevented some of the severe damages.
Now
for our
digital story. قال الله تعالى أعوذ بالله من الشيطان الرجيم وأنفقوا في سبيل الله ولا تلقوا بأيديكم إلى التهلكة وأحسنوا إن الله يحب المحسنين صدق الله العظيم.
And spend in the way of Allah, and do not throw yourselves with your own hands into destruction by refraining. And do good indeed. Allah loves the doers of good. What inspired us to take this angle for our campaign was this verse from the Holy Quran. We hope that it resonates with our target audience and positively influences them and our viewers.
الإشي اللي استوحينا منه الفيديو كامل هو الآية القرآنية، لأنه بتعبر عن كتير أشياء وسبيشلي الموضوع اللي حكوا فيه. طبعا أنا هلا عم بحكي بالعربي، هي الترجمة. This is a translation from English to Arabic basically. So you don't miss out on anything if you don't speak Arabic. وبدنا نشكر الكل على حضوركم especially the professors وكل الموجودين.
We would like to thank everyone for coming to this campaign and for being a part of this digital story with us. And a special thanks to our professor, Professor Harris, for making this all happen. Thank you for being one of the best mentors that any of us could ever have.
Thank you.
Team Neo.
So I've been to concerts with calmer crowds, so that's impressive. Well done, congratulations. I'll be super quick this time. A question firstly, we were the only group to go with sort of news-based print and TV, right? Everyone else was like bang, 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 bang. You specifically looked at news titles, you looked at newspapers, you looked at, even the TV choices were news stations. What was your thinking behind that?
There are other parents who are still using print. There are other parents, like as well known, my father, who's another parent, who still reads newspapers till now. So that's like based on that, there are other parents who still use print media, and especially we specified National, Khalid Times, and Gulf News because they have the most viewership.
Okay, great. I think it's a good choice. I was pleased to see it. I think, again, similar to what we said to Group 1, is it's also important for you to kind of spell out what it is going to be in there, right? Give us a few of those mock headlines, a couple of the topics, right? So we can kind of see more instead of saying, these are the ones we want to use. Okay, so get a little bit deeper there. I think the SMS idea, the SMS idea and the Sabbagh idea, by the way, conceptually, I love. I think the fact that you've thought about this, it's a little less conventional. We've only met once before, but I love that. So I thought it was really good. You want to be very, very careful. You don't shoot yourself in the foot. The SMS one, for example, the last thing you should be doing, and the RTA would know this, is checking your phone while you're driving your car. So I'd be very careful with that because it's a boo-boo immediately. Because the idea, right, is that it's an immediate one as they're driving. You got an answer for this?
Yeah, can I say something? So I know, like, it may be ironic, but the way that it's gonna be done is that the phone can tell when you're walking or when you're driving because of the GPS and the technology that it's used in it. So those notifications will only pop up if it shows that it's not moving in a car. Either you're walking or either you're sitting. Because this implements, it's either you just went, it might, like, you might have went out of a car or you might get in a car. So we're gonna, like, connect it in a way, like the application will use the navigation and GPS to make sure that when those notifications are sent, they're sent when the person is not driving to not distract them.
Good, great, good answer, thank you. And then, the Sabbagh app hijack I just thought was great. It's one of those ideas that you can build on as well, right? It doesn't have to end there. It's a sort of idea that gets people excited and they think, right, what more can we do with this? How creative can we be with this? And that's a great place to be, particularly when you're pitching, because when you come with these fully established, quite conventional ideas, they can be brilliantly written and brilliantly created, but it then comes down to whether or not people sort of subjectively like it or not, which is not the way you want it to be, right? Because you're not always pitching to your target audience, but trust me, when you meet clients, this is a problem you're gonna have. Sometimes it can come down to whether or not they like it, right? With this, the concept is so good that it opens up the idea for people to then say, okay, how far can we take this? So that's a really nice thing to do. On the film, I thought the film was excellent. Again, we got another future star, so I don't know where you keep finding these people, but excellent job. For me, it was a little far away from the insight. So, like, please, again, bear that in mind. Take a look. I'll be touching on the insight here. I know at the end, you brought in the verse. I think throughout, it didn't quite get there. I did think for a second at the start that the young girl was going to buckle up the bear, and I thought that was going to be absolutely beautiful. I thought the idea of, like, the child, showing the parent, like, how you protect something you love was so great. So if I was a client, I'd be like, maybe let's take that route. Let's think about that. Otherwise, yeah, amazing job again. Well done, folks. Really good. Really good.
Congrats again, wonderful presentation. I've got just a quick question. You mentioned there that you'd have a simulation that would encourage your passers-by to essentially get in and experience. How would you encourage people to use the simulation? Because my kind of question here is it would be quite jarring if you're passing by and then saying, come and experience what it would be like to get into potentially like a fatal or a very dangerous car accident. So I'm just quite interested to see how you would just engage with passers-by and get them to actually take part in the simulation.
I'd be happy to answer that question.
Great.
So the whole idea of the pop-ups themselves is we won't reveal that it's part of the campaign, but we will mention that since it's part of the RTA, we can mask it with a driving institute simulation that can see that, like make people see how they would feel like of the new update, for example. And with this idea, they're like hidden, like they have a false pretense. They don't know what to expect, but when they actually see it, we'll tell them, or we'll show an infographic that describes what's going to happen, or describe our campaign itself. So it's just gonna get them by surprise, and that's our whole idea. We want to catch them by surprise. That's why we chose this guerrilla marketing tactic.
I'd like to add on that. Also, like we got the VR idea mostly from the VR park in Dubai Mall, and that's why one of our main focus mall is Dubai Mall, because like people have already experienced that in the theme park. So like having it around will also like encourage them to try it out.
I would like to also add something, and we also did some researches, and based on the research, like one of the guerrilla marketings that would actually attract people is when they can engage with it. And when it comes to technology, they also like when it comes like something VR or like the projectors that sense the motions and all of that. And personally, once we got a VR, and the whole family, like from my small, like little brother to my grandparents, like we were playing with it. So that's the nice thing about it. We don't only attract our target audience, but we get to attract everyone and all the generations.
Thank you. Yeah, that was my one question. I also like the Salat partnership. I think it's a good avenue to start a conversation, definitely, and again, drive down your media and dig into that insight and good cultural references. So congrats and thank you.
Thank you.
Thank you. I'm again amazed with the creative craft for all teams. Well done. The treatment, it's really, really great. It's very refreshing to see this coming from new generation of communicators. Mainly, I think most of you are Arab communicators, so that makes me very, very excited. Well done. The utilization of the RTA ecosystem is a clever, smart. I loved your answer. Technology can always outsmart us. That's really clever. I have seen little bit disconnect between the slogan and the treatment and the verse of Quran, which is very clever to use, but there is disconnect there. But you know, we can always work on that and see how we can tackle it. But well done. Great team, very popular team, you know, at the beginning. It seems a lot of Red Bulls been consumed today. But yeah, it's really an honor to be here today, and well done for you guys and for the rest of the teams.
Thank you.
Congratulations on an excellent campaign. I like the media mix. I think it's excellent. I also like the video. And I think the slogan is very brilliant. But I have a small problem with the translation, like fasten, secure, fasten. Because when it comes to future, people think of unleash or untie or allowing people to move in general. So when it comes to the seat, it can be a little bit deceptive, but I think it's okay. Overall, I think it's an excellent work and very creative because it is anchored in a heritage and a core values of the society. Congratulations and thank you.
Professor, do you mind if I reply to Mr. Mustafa?
Of course, welcome.
Mr. Mustafa, for our slogan, Fasten Our Future, as I said, we are associating the children as our leaders of the next generation. So what we meant by fasten, like buckle up, fasten your seatbelt, and the children is our future. So that's why I wanted to explain. Yeah, thank you.
Again and again, thank you very much for your excellent presentation. Let me just share with you some of my comments. The first one, I like the theme of your slides. Some of the slides reflected the road. That's very nice. I like it. So let me talk a little bit about the slogan. Very nice. Fasten your future. I like the alliteration. Yeah, fasten your future. There is a strong culture. There is a strong call to action. But for me, the term future, as I joined Dr. Mustafa, the term future is very abstract. And normally in call to action, you need to have concrete things. For instance, I give you an example. So you see, when you talk about humanity, or you talk about human beings. So you will go for human beings because they are concrete. So that's my concern. But otherwise, it's very well done. And also, I like what you did. You related the future with also virtual reality. This is very smart move. I like this. Yes, there is one comment actually, and what I missed in the 3 presentations. As I think I will join one of the judges' comment. So your approach is very conventional. So the mood of the videos of the creative assets is very formal, very serious. I know that it is very brief, very risky to bold and you add some humor appeal to that, I know. But while I was watching these 3 videos, I was thinking about the GEICO campaign done in the United States. So it's about an insurance company, which is a serious topic, but at the same time, they took that concept of humor to that. So that's my comment to the 3 presentations. Otherwise, job well done. Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Can I just say something? I just want to answer you about the 2 things. The faster our future. The reason we chose the word future, because let's be honest, like recently now, especially on social media, on TV, everything is straightforward. You don't get stuff to think about. You don't get videos to think about. Everything is just there for you. The video is straight to the point. However, when you think about the slogan, the future, why would we say the future? Future can be interpreted in many ways. So we wanted people to also think. We want to bring that back, because before, those kind of words, the videos that make the audience think, like, were more common than nowadays. And for like why we're using this approach for our video is because we wanted to use the negative motivation, because after we researched our target audience, the way to actually motivate them and the most effective way to do that is using negative motivation. So we wanted that because, like, you know, this is our target audience. So, yeah, thank you.
Team Neo. So now I'm going to ask the judges to join me outside. We'll take 5 or 6 minutes to come up with our conclusions, and then we'll hand out our awards.
عبود تعال نصور معك الصورة بس خلي تليفونك معك تليفونك بس بالله عليك عشان حبوب اعمل حالك عشان كل حد لازم Take it, John. ولا حد يلا صور
Okay, if we could have all the teams on the stage, please. We're ready to make our announcements. So if you could take your seats, please, and have all the teams come to the stage. While the students assemble, I'd like to thank Herman Coutinho, our media specialist, for all of his wonderful work. Without Herman, nothing today happens. And along with Herman, our amazing student team, Malika, Heidi, Nada. They've been running around like crazy for the last 3 weeks, doing everything to put together this event. And without Herman leading them and without their hard work, none of us are here today. So thank you very much for all of your work. I'd also like to say hello. We have several hundred people watching us online, so hello to all of you. I hope you've enjoyed it. And now to the moment we've all been waiting for. So, for best presenter.
Okay. So just want to let you know that we did talk in great depth, and there's a lot of reasoning behind all of our choices. So if you find them controversial, you want to chase us down outside, we do have answers. Best presenter, a really, really tough one. Huge crowd, TV screens everywhere, regional director right down here in the front row. But I think it was pretty obvious to all of us. Where is he? Mr. Khaled, Issa. Congratulations.
Then we have best presentation.
Okay, yeah, best presentation. This was a really tough one, just to let you know that we incorporate as much as we could here from all of your presenting skills as a group, obviously to the slides, to the movements, to the entire experience, right, as a whole. And as you know, we have best campaign, creative, etc. to come. So this was a really tough one, but I think for the level of, I said it during the feedback, right? I think for the extra attention to detail and a bit of pitch cheese, we remembered you, even though there was I know that or you were having a nightmare with the slides as well at one point, but you all held through, and we remembered you for the great presentation. So, best presentation to ACEs.
Now we have best strategic integration, and Cassandra will announce that one.
Great, yeah, so again, I think repeating ourselves, but a tough one again. This is always hard because we're looking across, multiple channels, multiple audiences, how it's all integrated, how the strategy, the insight, the research all comes through into the creative, how that rolls out, how it speaks to people, and the impact that it really makes. So congratulations to everyone, but I think the team that really nailed it and was kind of forward-thinking and disruptive was Team Neo, so congratulations.
Show the camera. Don't open them up upside down. There you go. And now we have best creatives.
I guess I'll take this one too, lucky me. Creative is what we love. It's our lifeblood at Ogilvy. So it's what we really were looking forward to today. You all did fantastically, but there was a clear standout for us, just in terms of the visual and execution. Team Aces, I think it's amazing. I just want to add. Yeah, I just want to add, it was a tough one, but that visual of the arms was really powerful and something that definitely a client would take and run with. So that was the kind of key moment for us in the creative one. So congrats.
So now what we're going to do is give the award for best campaign, and was. I just want to say that it doesn't matter who wins for me. They did amazing work. They worked hard. I couldn't be more proud of my students, really. I couldn't be more proud of my students. So Dr. Sohail will announce the best campaign. But perhaps before he announces the winning team, Joe, you had a lot to say about the platform and everything. Maybe you could say that for a few seconds, and then Dr. Sohail will deliver the...
Sure, yeah, okay. So we thought long and hard about this, and I think that the critical thing about this is when we talk about, I think you guys, I mean, forget the way we word it. I think when you talk about what we call a sort of overarching platform, which brings all your campaign together, we're really looking for something that can stand the test of time, can perhaps go on, to last for multiple years. It's not something that applies strictly to the creative you've come up with or strictly to those audiences or that problem at the time, but something that can really last, something that can extend, across the different years. And we're also looking for something that tells us that without a shadow of a doubt, you've dived really deep into the problem, and we can see the working that's come through in that, and see that that wouldn't be possible, the solution you came up with wouldn't be possible without you going through, through the trials and tribulations of working with that problem and bringing in all of the additional elements, the culturalisms and the real hard truths of the insight. And so for us, that stands above everything, because that is, that's the bedrock that everything else is built on. So I think this is hugely deserved. And yeah, Sahel, please.
Okay, so before I announce, I know you all want to hear the winner or the choice. It's not a winner because you're all winners, and the choice of best campaign, and I think all your campaigns are wonderful. I want to add one thing. We tend to forget that what we're looking at here, we just saw some amazing professional presentations, but we're looking at a student work that is done within a short period of time with limited resources, among other assignments that they have to do. And so I would like to applaud the result. That is almost something that can be taken into a professional agency. This is amazing for students to do this within the frame of one course, within the limitations of having no resources. So well done to all of them. Well done, well done. And the best campaign goes to, and by the way, I love their slogan. I think it's a wonderful choice. Best campaign goes to Ebda'a.
Thank you all for coming.